name's Steven, and I'm a 24-hour employee with Air Care. I want to go over how paid time off, or PTO, currently works and how changing the current rule will affect employees who work these 24-hour shifts. For this talk, there are three objectives. Number one, how are 24-hour shifts structured? Number two, how is PTO calculated for 8-hour employees, 12-hour per shift employees, and 24-hour shift employees? And number three, how will the proposed change to PTO affect the 24-hour employees? 24-hour employees are found on both AirCare and EMS. They basically work a rotating shift and work 1/3 of the days in the year. Here's an example. If a pay period started on January 2nd, 2017, and the person's 24-hour rotation also started this day, then the person would work 24 hours, then be off for 24 hours, be on again for 24 hours, off for 24 hours, work one last 24-hour shift, and then have 4 days off. This 9-day rotation continues throughout the year. You can see that some pay periods have 4 24-hour shifts, some have 5, and a few have 6 24-hour shifts per pay period. When the employee works a 4-day pay period, that equals 96 hours. In a 5-day, that's 120 hours. And in the 6-day, that's 144 hours. Over the course of a year, this works out to be 112 hours a pay period, or 56 hours a week on average. The last thing to understand is that 24-hour employees receive a reduced hourly wage due to receiving planned overtime. Additionally, they do not receive evening or night differentials. Next, let's take a quick look at how PTO is calculated for employees that work 36 hours a week, employees that work 40 hours a week, and employees that are working 56 hours a week. If you are a 36-hour-a-week employee, you are probably working 3 12-hour shifts a week. This 36 hours times the highest rate of PTO accrual right now, 0.1154, equals 4.015 hours per week of PTO that you are accruing. We multiply that by the 52 weeks in a year, and we get 208.78 hours. If you divide that by 36, the hours worked per week, that gives the person 5.799 weeks off per year of accrued PTO. Now we'll do the same thing for the 40-hour a week. Here I've done the math for you, and it comes out to 231.97 hours per year. Divide that by your 40-hour work week, and you also get 5.799 weeks of PTO accrued per year. And then finally, the 56-hour shift employees, we can see here that accrues to 324.79 hours per year. Divide that by their average 56-hour week, and that gives them 5.799 weeks per year of accrued PTO. In reality, though, for a 56-hour per week employee to get the same money for their 56-hour week, they would have to take 64 hours of PTO. This is because the last 16 hours of their week is in planned overtime. This means that the adjusted time off for a 56-hour a week employee for the year of PTO that they accrue is 5.07 weeks per year. Finally, let's look at how capping PTO accrual to the first 80 hours per pay period will affect 24-hour employees. This basically looks like the PTO accrual for a 40-hour a week person because it's capped at 80 hours a pay period. So we have 40 times 0.1154, and that equals 4.461 hours per week accrual. times 52 equals 231.97 hours. We divided that by the 56 hours a week. That's 4.14 weeks per year that we accrue in PTO or would accrue under this new system. If you consider that it takes 64 hours of PTO to make up for the 16-hour overtime loss, this makes 24-hour employees accrue 3.62 weeks per year of PTO under the new system. There's multiple advantages of having a 24-hour employee, and one of the main ones is that you need fewer FTE to cover positions. For example, in air care there are 6 24-hour employees covering 168 hours per week. If the employees worked a 12-hour shift or 36 hours per week, you would need 9 1/3 FTEs to cover the same time. There are also other cost savings benefits in regards to benefits. Well, I hope this video has been informative, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.